have been asked quite a few times here on TikTok if, as a Muslim woman social media marketer that runs my own business, if I found it difficult to land clients. I mean, I'm a Muslim, I'm a woman, I'm a hijabi. I feel like maybe I have all the odds stacked against me, but surprisingly, I have never actually found it difficult. First of all, in social media marketing, it's a woman-dominated field. It's mostly women in this business, and most of the other social media marketers that I come across and that I speak to and that I work with are females. So that's number one. And number two, I feel like wearing the hijab has actually made me stand out. In terms of non-Muslim businesses, it has definitely sparked curiosity, and when I approach non-Muslim businesses or when they come across me, a lot of the time they're just very curious about who I am because they've not really seen people like me in this industry, and every single time they've always been super respectful, super nice, just really interested in me, who I am and my values. Probably one of the main reasons people even approach me, because I look different to the other social media marketers on this platform or on freelancer platforms. I think I've always stood out with the non-Muslim audience. And then number two, with the Muslim audience, I again stand out because there's not a lot of social media marketers in my space that are doing it properly, and Muslim business owners will directly want to work with me anyway because I understand their market, I understand their audience, I understand their religion, so their faith and their values, and it completely makes it so much easier to just work with another Muslim rather than a non-Muslim. So in terms of getting clients, I have never ever thankfully had an issue. And in terms of working with non-Muslim businesses, I can actually say it's probably the non-Muslim business owners that are the most respectful, the most kind, and the most understanding. There was once a time where one of my clients wanted me to promote an alcoholic drink onto their social media platforms, and I was really nervous about doing this, but I had to decline and I had to say no, that I can't do that. And I was really nervous doing that because, you know, growing up, you always hear how difficult it is in the workspace in the West for Muslim people. Like, it's really hard to have boundaries and it's really hard to say no, and you just don't want to be awkward. I've heard that my entire life, and I thought it was going to be the same thing. And I don't know if it's because we're in a creative industry, and in the creative industry, people are just so much more understanding and inclusive. But to my surprise, this client was so understanding and so kind about it. And they even told me that they admired that I had those sorts of values, and they completely respected it. And it probably built my relationship with this client even better. So yeah, to answer that question, no, I have never found that wearing a hijab or being a social media marketer that runs my own business to be a barrier to getting clients, ever.